Who will lead the Reform Party in Wales is one of the most important questions they have to answer right now. Nigel Farage has consistently refused to answer the issue, and he did so again on Friday when he went to Carfley to introduce the party's candidate for the impending by-election. There is still no evidence of a Reform leader in Wales, even though Mr Farage says he is sure the party could win the Senedd election in May 2026, which is just 8 months away. Reform UK is expected to do well in the election, which will have new boundaries and a new voting mechanism. Instead of 60, 96 Senedd members will be elected. If Reform is the biggest party, as polls have shown, their leader could be the next First Minister. Mr Farage spoke at a press conference in Carefully where he said that Leah Powell, a former UKIP Senedd candidate and the party's former chief of communications in Wales, would be the party's candidate for the upcoming by-election on October 23rd. He still wouldn't say how Reform would get a leader in Wales, but he made it clear that the party would have a leader before the 2026 Senedd election, which is different from what he said at the Royal Welsh Show in July. Before the elections in May, Mr Farage remarked, "We would have made that decision on a leader." He claimed that the party doesn't have a leader in Wales yet because Reform is still a work in progress. He went on to say, "In 15 months, we have made the most amazing progress in Wales in every way, but we are not yet the finished product. I want to see what talent comes through in the next few months." I think there are some really good people in Reform Wales right now, but who knows who will come along between now and the time we pick the candidates to run in those elections. Don't worry. There will be a party leader in Wales in the debates leading up to the May elections, not me. It's coming. It will happen. We're getting bigger. We're getting good people to work for us. We're getting there. We will be the real deal by next May. Reform only has one member in the Senedd right now because Laura Ann Jones left the Conservatives in July. Mr Farage answered, "Oh, people talk to us all the time." When asked if the party is talking to other existing Senedd members about leaving and joining Reform, when asked by Wales Online if this is why people don't want to choose a leader, he answered, "There is new talent coming to us, but talent doesn't just come from Cardiff Bay. There is talent all around Wales." Clearly, Laura Ann Jones came to us. I don't know if there are others, but that's not our top priority. We just want to find good people from all walks of life. Polls showing Change the UK and Plaid Cymru are both likely to overcome Eluned Morgan's Labour Party. 3 polls in a row for Wales have showed that Labour is in 3rd place. Reform UK has issued misleading campaign letters to people in Carfley before the Senedd by-election. The letters say they were written by a local man who really lives somewhere else. The letters, which are written in a handwritten font, tell individuals not to vote for Welsh Labour and instead vote for Reform UK. Andrew Russell, a local pensioner, wrote the comments as a letter. He says he is writing to the ordinary people of Carefully. The letter is dated October 23rd, 2025, which is the date of the area's next Senedd by-election. The by-election was called when former member of the Senedd, Hefin David, died. Wales Online has confirmed, nevertheless, that Mr Russell is a real person but does not live in the Senedd seat of Carefully. Therefore, he cannot vote in the impending by-election. Leah Powell, Reform UK's candidate for the Senedd in Carefully, argued that people should pay attention to the substance of the letter and not where the person who sent it is from. Welsh Labour argued that this demonstrates that Reform UK don't care about Wales. The letters, which were sent out earlier this week, said, "Dear neighbour, I'm sorry to write to you out of the blue, but I think it's time for the normal people of Carefully to speak up for themselves. My name is Andrew and I am a retired person who lives here. I have always worked, paid my taxes and tried to follow the rules. I have also always voted for the Labour Party, just like many of you. But what good has it done us? He went on, when I first heard Nigel Farage, the leader of the Reform Party, say that Labour has failed Wales and that it was time to stop, it hit home. I think we should give Reform a chance because they've been taken for granted for so long. Please vote Reform UK with me and Carefully on October 23rd. Wales Online first got in touch with Reform UK when someone in the area said they were worried that the letters were misleading and that Mr. Russell might not even be a real person. Reform UK sent a picture of Mr. Russell in response, proving that he is real. But when Wales Online looked into it more, we discovered good grounds to think that Mr. Russell doesn't live in the Senedd district of Carefully, but rather in Wattsville, which is in the Isleworth constituency. When we asked Reform UK about this, a spokesperson said it was true, even if they didn't mean to. It looked like Reform UK, and its spokesperson didn't know that Wales has different constituencies for its Senedd and UK Parliament. He remarked, Wattsville is in the Carefully constituency, even though it has Newport's NP postcode. Wattsville is in the UK Parliament constituency of Carefully, however, it is not in the Senedd constituency of Carefully. Instead, Wattsville is part of the Isleworth constituency in the Senedd. Ryan Passmore from Welsh Labour is the member of the Senedd for Isleworth. People who live in Isleworth, like Mr. Russell, can't vote in the Carefully Senedd by-election. On Friday, Nigel Farage went to the centre of Carefully to say that Mr. Powell will be Reform's candidate in the Carefully by-election. When our reporter asked about the letter and the fact that Mr. Russell couldn't vote in the impending by-election, Mr. Powell stated, I think people should be focused on what he was saying, not where in the boundary lines he lives. Mr. Powell then replied that he thought the letter didn't say anything about the approaching by-election. When Wales Online told him that it was, he said, I didn't know that was in there, but I think it's still relevant in the sense that the issues he's talking about, he wants to send a strong message to people in Carefully about what they're going through. We need change. He said about Mr. Russell, he's a nice guy who wanted to volunteer his name and write a touching letter about the hard times he's going through. I hope people pay more attention to what he said than to the semantics that the other parties want to talk about, like he's just outside the borderline. I think that's really disregarding the point, and this goes back to why I think Cardiff Bay is so deaf. I'd like other people to pay attention to what he said, because I think those are real problems that real people in Carefully are dealing with, and those are the problems that Reform UK is going to deal with. A Welsh Labour spokesperson said, Reform UK doesn't care about Wales, and their politics is based on fear and wanting to divide our communities. They want to see less waste, but what they really mean is less public services. Welsh Labour is focusing on the things that matter to people, like lowering waiting lists, building more homes, improving local transportation and creating more jobs in the area.